What if I told you that for thousands of years, humans had no soap at all, and yet they still bathed, cleaned their bodies, and in some ways may have been cleaner than many people imagine today? Picture this for a moment. Not 2,000 years ago, go even further back. 5,000 years ago, the sun has already risen. You step out of a small mud house, dust fills the air, animals are nearby, smoke from fires drifts through the village. Your skin is covered with sweat, dirt, and ash from everyday life, and you have no soap, no shampoo, no body wash, and no face wash. So how did people stay clean in a world that looked nothing like ours? That is where this story begins. For ancient people, bathing was not only about removing dirt. In many civilizations, it was this. Some people washed with water every day. Others took a full bath only once a week. And in certain places, people might go for long periods without a complete bath. But that does not mean they were always filthy. The first method may surprise you. Ash. Yes, the ash left behind after wood burned in a fire. Ancient people did not always throw it away. They collected it, mixed it with water, and created a slippery substance that could help loosen oils and dirt. They rubbed it on their hands, their hair, and even their clothes. Today that sounds strange, but at the time, it was one of the earliest forms of a natural cleaning agent. Imagine a woman sitting beside a river. No plastic bottle, no brand name. She takes ash from a clay bowl, mixes it with water, works it through her hair, and rinses it in the river. And the most surprising part is that in many places, methods like this were used for generations. But ash was only the beginning. Nature offered another tool: plants, soap nuts, herbs, roots, and certain fruits from trees. When they were soaked or stirred in water, they produced a light foam. In other words, the natural world already contained substances that behaved a little like soap long before soap was soap. Did ancient people bathe every day? The honest answer is most did not. And this is the part that shocks many modern viewers. In many regions, people regularly washed their face, hands, and feet, while a full body bath was much less frequent. Water was not always easy to obtain. In colder climates, daily bathing could even be dangerous. Some people also believed that too much water weakened the body. But then the mystery becomes even more interesting. If they did not bathe every day, what about body odor? Ancient people did not only try to remove dirt, they also learned how to manage smell. Scented oils, flower extracts, herbal fragrances, sometimes even smoke was used to perfume the body. So in many cases, people were trying to become not only clean, but also pleasant smelling. And this is where the story takes a much stranger turn, because as we continue, we will discover how people in ancient Rome bathed without soap, why metal scrapers were used on the human body, whether people in the past were truly dirtier than we are today, and the surprising question that still divides scientists: could using too much soap actually change the natural balance of our skin? Stay with me, because the deeper we go into the history of bathing, the stranger it becomes. And the next discovery may completely change the way you think about being clean. Now imagine something even stranger. You are standing in ancient Rome. A massive building rises before you. Crowds move through the halls. Steam fills the air. Water echoes from every direction. People are laughing, talking, relaxing. And you think, of course, this must be where people bathed with soap. But this is the moment when history surprises you, because many people in ancient Rome did not bathe with soap at all. They used something else, and to a modern person, it sounds incredibly strange. Roman bathers often covered their bodies with oil first. Yes, before bathing, they rubbed olive oil over their skin. Dust, sweat, and dirt stuck to the oil. Then they picked up a special metal tool called a strigil, a curved metal scrape, With each stroke came off oil, sweat, dust, and the dirt that had collected on the body. Think about that for a second. Today, you step into a bathroom and use soap. 2,000 years ago, someone might have cleaned themselves by scraping dirt off their skin with metal. And here is the shocking part. This was not only for poor people. Wealthy people did it. Soldiers did it. Politicians did it. It was completely normal. So the obvious question is, did it actually work? Surprisingly, many times yes. The combination of oil and scraping could remove a large amount of surface dirt and sweat. But the story gets even stranger. In some places, people applied perfumed oils after bathing. So after cleaning themselves with oil, they put more oil back on. Clean, fragrant, and socially respected. Now, let us travel to a very different world, medieval Europe. Here, the story almost reverses. For a period of time, many people became afraid of bathing too much. They believed hot water opened the pores of the skin and allowed disease to enter the body. It sounds strange today, but at the time, many people accepted it as true herbs. But full bathing was less common. In other words, looking clean and being clean were not always the same thing. Now think about women. Long hair, dust, smoke, sweat, no shampoo. What did they use? In many regions, women washed their hair with soap nuts, shikakai, clay, herbs, and even rice water. Some of these methods could leave the hair surprisingly soft and shiny. That is why many traditional hair remedies still have roots in ancient practices. But now we arrive at the biggest question of all. Did people in the past smell worse than we do today? The honest answer is, it is not that simple. Yes, many people bathed less often than modern people, but they also walked more, spent more time outdoors, used fewer synthetic chemicals, and may have had a different balance of natural skin oils and bacteria. Some scientists believe that using strong soaps very frequently can also affect the skin's natural protective system. Modern hygiene has enormous benefits, but it may come with trade-offs as well. Now picture your own bathroom. Soap, shampoo, conditioner, face wash, body wash, scrubs, lotions, deodorant. For most of human history, people had none of these things. And yet they built families, cities, empires, and entire civilizations. So what is the real mystery here? Maybe the question is not, how did people bathe without soap? Maybe the real question is, when did we decide that being clean requires so many products? Because the history of cleanliness may not be only about the body. It may be about society, fear, disease, beauty, smell, and the modern world itself. And now, one final question. If you had to choose only one method for an entire month, just water, ash, soap nuts, and herbs, or oil and a scraper, which would you choose? Tell me in the comments. And the next time you smell the fragrance of soap, remember this. For thousands of years, humans lived without it, and perhaps the strangest bath in history did not begin in a modern bathroom, but with fire, ash, oil, and a piece of metal in the ancient world.